this distortion. And this distortion which it causes, it's not just in terms of distance. The distortion also occurs in terms of passage of time. तो कोई काम करते हुए कितना टाइम बीत गया है, ये समझ में आना थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है कैनाबिस के इन्फ्लुएंस में. So, like you were saying, people keep repeating the same thing. Someone is laughing, they will keep on laughing. तो क्यों होता है ऐसा? जैसे आपने मुझे जोक सुनाया, 10 सेकंड हंसूंगा, मुझे समझ में आ जाएगा कि 10 सेकंड हो गए, बहुत हंस गया, अब चुप हो जाना चाहिए. बट कैनाबिस के इन्फ्लुएंस में हंसते हुए पता ही नहीं चलेगा कितना टाइम हो गया, लगेगा अभी तो हंसना शुरू किया था, अभी तो जोक खत्म हुआ है, आधे घंटे तक वो चलता रहेगा. And if I am saying Har Har Mahadev, I will keep saying Har Har Mahadev. You will think what a great bhakt of Lord Shiva he is. That's probably the reason that in our country, some sort of social and religious sanction has been accorded to use of cannabis. There are some social theories also why cannabis became popular in India. They have to do with the so-called caste system of India. Let's not go there. But in some people, this may also cause restlessness, fear, panic attacks, etc. and the driven activity. You keep doing an activity, you don't know what's driving you, but you keep on repeating that particular activity. So this was about cannabis. Then of course sedative hypnotics, since these are medical pharmaceutical products, I'm not going into details, but a lot of sleeping pills, cough syrups, painkillers, anesthetic agents, they are liable to be abused. They have this propensity that on taking them, people may get pleasure and euphoria. They may induce drug-seeking behavior. They may induce a behavior of repetitive intake of drugs, and they may also lead to tolerance and ultimately development of physical dependence on them. So all these categories which we saw till now, alcohol, opioids, cannabis, sedatives and hypnotics, they can be classified in general as brain depressants. They are the ones, if you take them in more dose, you will go to sleep. Conversely, there are some products which are brain stimulants, like cocaine is the prototype brain stimulant. Again, cocaine also is a plant-based product, like opium or cannabis, but this plant is not indigenous to this part of the world. Plant is largely comes from the South American continent, and probably there are some genetic reasons, there are some cultural reasons, there are some climatic reasons, but cocaine or other stimulants have so far never become very popular in our culture, in India, in the entire South Asia. People don't really have developed any kind of fondness or liking for the stimulant drugs the way they have developed a liking to various brain depressants. Cocaine also can be taken in a variety of forms. It can be snorted, can be smoked, injected as well. And then we have synthetic drugs called ATS, amphetamine type stimulants. Literally hundreds of molecules are available. Each one is a variant of another, and they are also available, can be taken in a variety of forms like powder, tablets, pills, capsules, some liquids. There are injectable preparations also available. They are largely popular in Southeast Asian countries. So Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, that part where it's in use is now increasing. They have started making inroads in the metro cities as well as in northeastern India. So over a few years down the line, we may see use of amphetamine type stimulants in epidemic proportions in other cities, in other places in India as well. But so far, at least till now, it doesn't appear to be a very popular drug. As the name indicates, since they are stimulants, immediately after taking them, people will develop a sense of rush, a sudden sense of josh or utsah wo aa jata hai. Because you develop some kind of mental rush and euphoria, increased level of confidence, as well as sympathetic hyperactivity. So there is loss of appetite, increase in blood pressure, respiration, heart rate, everything, and also loss of sleep. So you feel immediately energetic, no need to eat, no need to sleep, and a lot of josh in your heart. Ye kar denge ya wo kar denge. And which profession do we think this is a very desirable quality to have? स्पोर्ट्स में तो नहीं, स्पोर्ट्स में ऐसा तो नहीं होता ना कि मार डालूंगा मलिंगा को, है ना, आज तो रैम से दौड़ के आर्मी, absolutely right. That's why during World War I, in some countries, soldiers used to be given stimulant drugs in the belief that they will have no need to sleep, no need to eat. That's the war-like condition, and they will always have a lot of josh inside them. And gradually, the effects were found out, and hence the practice was discontinued. But terrorists, yes. In 26/11 attacks in Mumbai, there were reports that terrorists were probably using stimulant drugs so that they could fight for 3 days at a stretch. In fact, once upon a time, all the stimulants, including cocaine, were very popular medicines for various ailments. They were proposed as medicines as treatment for various conditions, including depression, various other psychiatric conditions, alcoholism. They were reported to be good aids for psychotherapy as well. Sherlock Holmes, many of you must have read in his novels, used to take cocaine. In fact, in US, someone prepared a black-colored drink, which was supposed to be an energy-giving drink, and added a little bit of cocaine in it. So the drink also became very popular, and the drink was named Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola in its initial years used to have traces of cocaine in it, but later it was discontinued. So this was the story of cocaine. Cocaine and ATS, which are the typical stimulants. So apart from the first 4, which are brain depressants, then we have cocaine or other stimulants, and finally we have a drug category called hallucinogens. And as the name indicates, these are the drugs, the prototype being LSD. These are the drugs which cause hallucination, not as much hallucination, but a sense of perceptual distortion, which may be perceived as pleasurable by some people. It's not necessarily a pleasurable experience for everyone. It's people who understand, who like those kind of things, like what is known as psychedelic, very colorful, very intense. People who like those kind of experiences, they will probably find use of such hallucinogens pleasurable. Various kinds of hallucinogens are available. Many of them are used in rave parties, which we read about, and hence many of these hallucinogens, they are not really drugs of addiction. They are drugs of recreation. So people use them occasionally on weekends, in parties, etc. It's rare to have an epidemic of using hallucinogens where people are using them on daily, continuous basis throughout the day. An artist's impression of how the world around you may look like under the influence of LSD. Many hallucinogens became very popular at the time of hippie movement in India. At the Hare Rama Hare Krishna movement, LSD became very popular. In fact, LSD was also one of the drugs which was earlier purported to have psychotherapeutic properties. So under psychotherapy sessions, it was found to be very beneficial according to some people if both the therapist and the patient are under the influence of LSD. Timothy Leary was one of the famous psychologists from Harvard University who strongly advocated use of LSD in psychotherapy. Many people would have taken psychology in India. So, then tobacco, of course, all of us are familiar with it. Entire humankind in various shapes and forms is using tobacco, chewing roots, smoking roots, snorting, and various other roots. And then we have what is known as volatile solvents. कौन से products होते हैं volatile solvents? Whitener is the most popular, absolutely right. The whitener or eraser के नाम से जो आता है Erasex, that's the most popular. What else can be used as elements? All the petroleum products, petrol, kerosene, grease, varnish, paint thinners of various kinds, all of them can be used by inhalational route. And this is basically a basic difference which many people fail to appreciate. There is basic difference between alcohol and up to tobacco, which means all the other drugs on one hand and these solvents or inhalants on one hand. And that difference is, however damaging alcohol or tobacco or cannabis and opioids are, they have been made, they have been designed with a purpose that they will be taken by human beings. They will come in the contact of human body and then they will exert their effects. But these inhalant products, they have not been designed to be used by humans. They have not been designed so that they could go inside human body and can exert their effects. And hence, these products can be very, very toxic. These products can be highly toxic, in fact lethal also. And many people have this myth कि बच्चों में ज़्यादा पॉपुलर है ये inhalants. Many people have this myth कि बच्चा क्या कर रहा है, खा तो नहीं रहा, पी नहीं रहा, इंजेक्ट नहीं कर रहा है, so it's probably not as damaging. But we have seen among street children, we have conducted a situation assessment of inhalant use in street children in Delhi, and we have found that they can have very potent, very toxic effects, affecting almost all organs.